Morning and welcome back to Sugarloaf Farms and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I've just bedded up all the calves and just took a cow out off the slats where she just wasn't doing too well, and my bull's not doing too well either. So the slats up here, it's a great job and a great shed, but I've no mats on it. I have no mats on the slats, and I definitely think you need mats, but I haven't priced them up yet. But I couldn't afford to do it this year anyway. Whatever about maybe looking into it next year if I still have this shed here and putting mats down. I'm definitely going to have to change things around next year, where I think I said it in a previous video, where I'll have the pedigree cows at home in a big open shed, and I'll probably be putting them on peat. And then what I'll do here is I'll have the commercials here, but I'll give them maybe 5 bays of this lieback. I'll give the cows this lieback as well, and then I'll just have to divide up the shed to give the calves a lieback. Just have to do things a little bit differently because the cows are just really not doing well on the slats, on the concrete slats. It's just too hard on them. It's just too hard. I'd say I'll probably have to give that. I'll have to give that cow an injection now. I don't know. She's just not. She doesn't seem herself. So I'm actually up here with the slurry tanker out there, the tractor slurry tanker. And when I'll go back with a load of slurry, and when I come back, I'll bring back an antibiotic, and I actually have a painkiller there. It's like she's just not herself. So I took her out and put her on straw there. Don't know what's up. I don't think it's anything major, but just I think it's the slats that she's just not agreeing with them, really, you know what I mean? If you have a bit of a tin cow, I don't think she's rearing twins as well, so I'm just taking her out, weighing them now, even though they probably wouldn't be weighing for another while. I'm just taking her out, taking the calves off her, and see how she goes. But just another update on these calves, where I said I would be halter training them. Some of them are pedigrees, like that's a limousine one, that's a limousine twin, and then a limousine up the back. But the rest are pedigree Simmental heifers. Sorry, there's one bull there, that's the bull. And I don't know whether he's good enough to make a bull or not. Look, we'll probably leave him till the end of the summer, and sure, if he's not good enough, I'll go to the factory with him. But all the heifers I will be keeping. So I was actually thinking, just because I'm so pushed for time, I'm so behind in everything, that maybe this year I won't show anything in cattle because I'm keeping the heifers, and then that means I won't have to halter train anything, maybe only the bull, because I haven't done any halter training, where normally I would have done maybe a couple of weeks in January or February before the lambing started. In January probably, but I just didn't get to it this year. One thing and another, as I said, I'm more or less on my own doing everything. My dad gives a little bit, but my dad's just 83 next weekend, and he does help out where he can, just do little bits, and he's lambing most of his own ewes there at the minute, because I just haven't time to be there. I'm back a couple of times a day, but I'm not there constantly. So I'm practically on my own doing everything, and like deliver haylage to lads over the winter, and it's just the hours are just ridiculous. So I don't think I'll get to halter train these, because I'll be keeping them all anyway. And even if there's maybe one little heifer there that I won't be keeping, I might keep her as a commercial cow. I don't know whether she'll make a pedigree or not. She was just born a bit later, and she's a bit smaller, but look, I'll keep her till she's 2 years old. And I was sort of calving my heifers at 2, but it didn't work out too well for me when you're running for a suckler herd and running a Simmental bull, maybe where you're, and in pedigrees where your bulls maybe are quite big, your calves are a little bit bigger than normal, you know what I mean? So I'm letting my heifers run on now to 2 years of age before I put them in calf. So I'll run all these on till 2 and see how they go. But I'd say I'll be keeping on, I think there's 6 or 7 pedigree heifers there that I'll be keeping. And then I think I have, I'll go out around. I've pedigree heifers there that I bought then as well. And I will do a review on the pedigree cows before they go out, or else in the field, because there was a fella looking for that. I will get to it. I just haven't got to it at the minute. But I just said I'd do a little bit of a review on the cattle today, because I haven't been back at the cattle much at all. So just to give everybody an update on it. That's to say I'm at Slurry here as well now, but this is a heifer now that I bought off Raceview at his reduction sale, and like she's due to calve in May, but as I say, I'm testing here next week, so I'll leave her here till then, and then I'll bring her home onto straw bed. But they're the pedigree cows there. As I say, I have a lot of Clona. Now I actually think that one's not in calf. I think there might be another one not in calf as well, or this is Kissy Eyes from Clona herd. And that's to say, let's go through a few rough things now if people want. And she had a calf the first year. Now I'm not trying to down anyone's herd or anything like that, I'm just explaining what happens. And she cost us $5,000 in a draft sale, and our first calf was a lovely calf, C-section, lovely calf after a Raceview Herman, which was a bull we had, great bull, but he's gone now. But that calf had spastic paralysis in his back legs, and I went to UCD to get operated on, and it wasn't a success, so she's only a beef heifer now. And then last autumn, a month before she was due to calve, she threw her calf, and I rang the vet. I wasn't sure what the story was. She wasn't well in herself, and he washed her out and everything, and she's just always a bull, and so I got the vet to check her again, and she seemed to have something in her ovary. But then he said the only way to solve that would be to check her when she's a bull, and so I ran the next time she was a bull, and I got her out, and he examined her, and it seemed to be gone. So, but I seen her a bulling again, but the bull was slightly injured as well, so the bull wasn't with her there. So I'm just saying, like, she was an expensive heifer and just hasn't worked out for us. And then we bought another expensive heifer off the Raceview herd last year or the year before as well there, and we had to put her down. She got injured on the slats as well. So like, a lot of money goes into some of them and they just don't work out. And I'll just show you, actually, it's there's a cow we bought at a suckler sale. Yeah, now she's not a whole lot to look at, that cow there. Now she's thin and she needs her feet done, and I'll be getting the feet done now in the next, probably before they go out. But I bought her at a suckler sale, and I only bought her because of her calf. She had a tremendous calf with her, but then when I went to buy her, he read out that she was pedigree and that she had a cert with her, and she throws great calves. We'll have 3 heifers kept after her, and like that, like, she only cost me €1,500, and you know, that's just to look at the thing where the expensive one is not always the best one, you know what I mean? So, but I will go through, like, most of our cows are, there's another Clona, another Clona. That's one we kept ourselves. Our very first pedigree calf, we kept her, and we'll never get rid of her, even if she's not. She was our very first pedigree heifer calf, so we kept her. And between Clona and the Raceview herd, they're probably the two. I'm not trying to offend anyone, but they're probably the 2 longest serving herds in the country. You know, they're the longest established herds, and probably the better over a long period. So there's another Clona. As I said, that's a Raceview. And there's between those 2 herds, that's nearly all our pedigree stock is between the Raceview and Clona. But I will go through it in more detail. Now there's actually there's the calf. She's a pedigree heifer calf out of that Kissy Eyes that had the spastic paralysis, and she's just, the back legs are not right, so she'll only be for beef. But there's that one in at the back now is a Raceview heifer we bought, and this one is a Raceview heifer we bought, and we will be AIing them in November, which I said probably in my first video, but I just said I'd go through, I go back and do a little bit of a thing with the cattle, because it has been all sheep and tractor work there for a long time. So I just said I'd give everyone an update. So the commercial cows here, that's just our Charlie Bull, which has held his condition fairly well. He came from the Ryan herd, or it's not, I can't think of the prefix. Gold Star. He's not a great bull to look at, and this was his first crop of calves there last autumn and spring, and the spring calving cows, they all calved on their own, and they've throve like mushrooms. I'm really happy with the way they've come on, so it'll be interesting to see now when I sell a few how I get on with them selling. But he'll never be too big, and he's maybe a little bit short, but I'm used to the Simmental where they're huge big cattle and big lengthy cattle, so I'm used to that. So maybe that's where I'm not criticising him too much, but like he's my own bull. I'm just saying I'll be upfront about it and straight about it. Where his calves, I'm happy with his calves, but if you come in to look at him, you certainly wouldn't pick him out to buy him, to bring him home. And he was junior champion on the day when I bought him in Tullamore. Like he cost over $5,000. He was junior champion, and I thought he would but he just. If I was looking at him now, I wouldn't buy him now. But as I say, the calves, very, very happy with his calves. Like there's some of his calves there now, like just autumn calves. So yeah, there's a few tinnish cows in here now. I seen a few a bull, and there was one a bull in there recently where actually she slipped calf last autumn. But when I scanned in January there, and it wasn't in calf, I gave a shot of Estramet. Just back here at the cow now, just have got some antibiotics, so we're just gonna get her into the crush and see can we inject her. I'm just not over happy with her. Just back here at the sheep shed, checking on the ewes. Still ewes and lambs to go out, but the pens are a good bit more empty. These are all fresh lambs, like all the ewes and lambs that were here are gone out. So like the pens are gone considerably slacker there. So there's a fresh lad in there now. So yeah, I haven't got a count on them, but I don't know what's left. And in fairness, I haven't been here that much for these ones. Dad's sort of been doing it on his own. I've just been up to my eyes, as you see there now. I've just finished slurry for today. There's the tractor there. Just finished slurry for today. I don't know what time it is, maybe 7:30, I don't know this. But just show you these pets where you haven't seen them for a while. The lads on the feeders, we actually have quite a few, where we lost a couple of ewes with full sets of twins, and like there's a couple of lads stuck in my hand here, like they were on the bottle, and I've just got them going on the feeder now. There's probably about 10, oh sorry, another ewe died there. There's those 2 cheviot lambs in there. She died, so that left the 2 of them. Just getting them going on the bottle now. They were actually very hard to get drinking even on the bottle. They don't want to drink at all. The ewe died, I don't know what happened. Was that the ewe that died in the field? I don't know, it was one of the ewes died anyway, and there's a full set of twins there. And just down here is this a set of triplets where she's rearing all 3 on her own. We just have her in here. And what I probably do, I sort of give her ad lib meal with the lambs, and the lambs eat the meal. To be ad lib the lamb meal. I don't give the ewe and lamb nuts to give the lamb meal, and maybe because I tried that before and the ewes got mastitis. So I'll let the lambs get a little bit bigger, and then I'll wean them and I'll just throw her out. I'll leave her in till then. Look, everyone has their own way of doing things. Maybe that's a little bit of a different way. So everyone's different, but I've done it before where I've kept all the triplets in with the ewes and give them a good few nuts, and then when the lambs get good and big and the lambs are eating plenty of nuts, just wean them early and throw the ewes out. Look, I don't know whether if you sat down and worked out the cost of it, I don't know which is the best way. But like them lads I've got meal, the lamb meal for them now, and them lads are starting to nibble on that. I'll tell you actually, I think I said in the previous video where I'd lost one where he got podgy on the milk, but I'm after losing 2 more. I've lost 3 in total, and I was even in the feeder. I was mixing it a little bit less. I was mixing it even a little bit less than what I should, and then when I had it, put it into it, I used to go get a third of a bucket of water as well and come back and put it in it just to try to dilute it so they wouldn't be getting podgy. And I still lost 3 of my best lambs. I lost them. Now, you could say maybe it wasn't that, but like the fairly podgy bellies, I had a fair idea. And actually there was a sick guy here this morning. I injected him. I don't see him there now. That's a good sign that he's not standing out. It actually could be that lad there that's gone over to the corner, because his ears were down this morning and he just wasn't well in himself, and he was drinking out of water. I have water here with them there as well, fresh water. They need water anyway. When they get a bit bigger, when they be eating the meal, they sort of wean themselves off the milk. You know, I found that. Now this lad's here beside me, where his mother got sick, and I don't know whether that's her there. She lost all her hair on her head and all. That's her. Yeah, it started to grow back. I don't know whether you can see it or not. It's a different shade around her eyes. Maybe she's starting to lose her wool now as well. Where she got sick, yeah, you can see the top of her ears. Where she lost all the hair on her head. She got sick, or I thought it was a touch of pneumonia, and I injected her with antibiotics and all, and I was feeding that lamb, and that's why he comes to you. Look, he'll come to you there. But if I gave him a bottle now, he wouldn't drink. The ewe seemingly has recovered and produced enough milk for him, and he's grand now. So we're finally getting these pens cleaned out on Saturday. There's a young lad coming to give us a hand. Just that lad in there under the red light. That's a hogget ewe, so it should be a smaller ewe. And that lad, he was coming back ways this morning. I took him, but like she was lambing a while, so the back leg was just coming like that with the elbow, one back leg, so got it out anyway. But it was a decent bit of a pull for a lamb that's coming back ways. And when they're coming back ways like that, a big single, he's just not 100% in himself. He might live and he might not, but there's a good few here. Most of these are dads now, but a few in. There's these two were a ewe of dads that died and left a full set of twins, and then these are 5 more pets that I don't have on the feeder. Number 31, I don't know. Number 31, his mother just couldn't rear 2, so I actually took him off, and I've only just got him going on the bottle now. And that one there, actually, with the J on him, his mother died. It was just after the snow. His mother died out in the field. I don't know what happened, but I've got him going on the milk. But in the next day or two, or the next few days, I hope to get all these 5 in on the feeder and drinking the feeder, because just way too much time goes feeding lambs. Now my dad does feed them a bit, but like I'm running back and forth from doing jobs to check the ewes, and actually where I'm spreading the slurry now is actually going by the shed, so I stop in and then you have to stop and feed lambs, and like it's just way too much time. But that's probably going to be it for this video. I didn't get much of the slurry, but you've seen loads of the slurry videos, so that's why I just said I'd finish off with the ewes, because I haven't been with ewes, update on the ewes for a couple of videos. So hope you liked it and enjoyed it, and if you did, please hit the subscribe button, and we will catch you at the next one.